When I first met Sean Daigle, the creator of disco club and karaoke bar Outer Heaven, he told me, "I'm a walking apocalypse man." I think there's something to that. In a town where the motto, "Keep Austin Weird," feels like something we just forgot to do, Outer Heaven represents a radicalization of that spirit and a challenge to an ascendant mundanity. It's a small club located near 12th and Chicone, nestled into a row of bars next to a recovery center. In the evenings during the week, it's usually a karaoke bar, but on the weekends it transforms into one of the most interesting and exciting dance clubs in Austin. People really come here to dance. There's not room for much else. And most of the time, Sean is at the helm as DJ, steering the dance floor through the night into deeper and deeper grooves. His deeply involved DIY approach means that everything that happens at Outer Heaven is part of his creative expression, from the art on the walls to the pulsating energy contained between them. But beyond his direction, it's a labor of love for everyone involved. I sat down to talk to him and bar manager Rio Payne about the philosophy and people behind the club. This is Bon Tom Club at Outer Heaven. Salute.
Cheers. Cheers.
Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it. This is Bon Tom Club. We're here with Sean Daigle and Rio Payne. So thanks for being on the show. I really appreciate it. I love Outer Heaven. Y'all made something I think truly unique, truly special here. This is one of my favorite spots to come on a weekend. It gets chaotic, it gets kind of packed, but there's not really any other spots like this in Austin. You know, there are other clubs that I like to go to sometimes, you can see there's a lot of personality here, right?
Thank you.
Well, I'm sorry?
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is explicitly called a disco club, right?
Yeah, and that's the original vision was that I always wanted a disco club because I grew up on disco and all that stuff. So it's like that was my vision. But I also kind of wanted it to be like a punk bar, not for punk music, but like punk and like vibe and aesthetics, whereas like just happened to be a gay disco club, but it's also like that energy of like what punk is supposed to be.
Totally, like DIY.
Where it's like I want all walks of life. I don't want like the cool kids. Fuck the cool kids. I want everybody. And it's, the bar's named after a video game reference, so it's like already not cool. So I also don't care. That's pretty much.
You can feel that. I mean, it feels like you have. This is kind of the logo is like a take on like the Black Sabbath bars.
No, it's Black Flag. Yeah,
I was Black Flag.
Literally painting it on the arcade over there, and then I was like, wonder, has anyone done like upside down cross like logo of the Black Flag thing? And then I saw nobody done it. And I was like, that's crazy. That's like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, it's sick. You see a lot of variations in like tattoos and stuff like that.
Well, I almost got a Black Flag tattoo when I was 17. God forbid I did not do that.
Yeah, fair enough. So what's your attachment to disco, and how do you think that kind of sets it apart from other clubs?
I grew up very different. Like I grew up like in North Las Vegas as like a poor kid, so like I was the minority in my neighborhood, and so like all my friends' uncles and like dads and stuff, that's what they listened to, like old 80s funk and disco, and so like that was just my music growing up, and I was just like always I love like a rhythm, and like all house music now is like the same, like bop 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 bop, like beat. But it's like I love like the groove, and I feel like not a lot of all like the pop music is all like Dua Lipa is all like disco based. Yeah, right. And like Miley Cyrus and all these things. Everybody knows they like disco, they just don't know they like disco.
Right, yeah.
So yeah.
Do you think that that's something that's come back, or something that was always just kind of there as a baseline?
I think it's always there. Yeah. But it's like I think people are more aware of it. Now it's like weird because now it's like an aesthetic everywhere. Where everyone's like, here's my disco ball. And like, right. Shut up. Who cares? It's like we have one disco ball in the club outside of the front, I guess, but.
And then tiny little ones.
Yeah, we have tiny little ones, but it's like, I don't want that. I don't want it to be like cheesy. I
Sure.
want it to be like,
Not coming in
this
with
is like
parachute pants.
what a '70s disco club was, where it's
Right.
like seedy and dirty and shitty.
Yeah.
But it's not like, oh, look at all this like expensive shit around. It's like, no. It's like, look at Studio 54. Like, people have this idea of what it was, but it's like, in actuality, Studio 54 was like a shitty warehouse.
Right.
That just like people are just doing cocaine. I'm just like, that's a cool aesthetic to me.
Yeah, that's disco.
That's disco to me.
Real quick question. Like a Prayer or Mr. Brightside?
Which song is
Yeah,
better?
yeah.
I don't know. I can't.
You had to
I don't
pick
know how
one.
to answer that. I don't know. Depends the mood I'm in. I don't
Okay.
know. I personally
There's not
don't.
an obvious
I don't
choice,
want to
though.
hear either because I've heard them like 8,000 times. I'm not going to
Yeah.
choose to listen to either of those songs.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know. There's a time and place for everything. That's pretty much.
That's a fair answer.
Yeah.
Rio, do you have an answer to that one?
I don't. I'm here all the time, so I hear it all the time. I'm on board with him. It's like
Okay.
my brain clocks out after work, so I don't listen to disco on.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
You mentioned this, and I've read some of your Instagram posts, and this is not a question that I have, but I think something that people wonder: is this a gay club?
It's like a everyone club.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the problem with like modern society is you have all these people trying to like make their little niches, but it like puts everyone out. Where it's like when people go to a gay club, they're just like, oh, I'm at a gay club, but it's like I want to like normalize everyone with. I want the fucking
Yeah.
the middle America people to be like, oh no, this is actually like cool, because the stuff a lot of people who come here, especially the older people, would never go to a gay club. So like when you bring the vibe to them, you put them out of their box, and then people are like, oh no, this is actually like cool.
Yeah.
What was I doing? This like, especially Texas, because all these people you talk to grew up like, I don't know, Lubbock, and they had like racist, homophobic parents, and then they moved to Austin. They're like, oh, I'm in Austin. I'm in the cool liberal city, but they're not actually there because they're still in their bubbles of whatever the fuck job they work at. But when you actually be like, I think that's my most proud thing with the bar is like, we don't really have a demographic.
Yeah.
Like, our demographic is random as shit, and that's like very, I don't know, it's fulfilling to me when you look out in the crowd and there's like all races, all ages,
Yeah. Right.
gay, straight, trans, whatever you are, and I was like, that's what I want. I don't want just like this is our people.
Yeah,
There's a lot
sure.
of bars here do that where it's like, no, this is the safe space. And it's like, we're actual safe space. I actually pay for real security, and I've kicked a million people out myself.
Really?
And I was like, no, they're just like, fuck your. It's all just pandering. It's like, oh, I'm a safe space. It's like, no, I'm actually, I will punch that frat boy square in the jaw.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Let his dad sue me. I don't have any money.
Is that the kind of people you're typically kicking out, like frat boys?
Oh yeah, no,
Absolutely.
they
They come in
open-
with this cocky attitude.
Yeah,
it's
they
crazy.
opened the sports bar next door, which was literally like the
Skinnies.
last
Yeah.
possible thing you could open that would like vibe with us. And so it's
Right.
like a lot of just like frat boys that come over and say, oh, I heard there's girls there. And I'm just like,
Yeah, and they
I'm real
Not all of them,
antagonistic to them too.
they're creepy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just
Really?
like, dude, I don't want you here. I don't give a fuck how much money you spend. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out. Like,
They
I'd
just-
rather somebody who's just drinking water but actually wants to dance is here than some frat boy spending like $150 on fucking Vegas bomb shots. I was like, I don't care.
What are they doing? Just like lurking in the corner?
No,
Like-
yeah, just like the
Yeah.
same thing of everything. You go
Leery.
to like Barbarella.
Yeah.
The whole outside of the dance floor is just motherfuckers just like staring at people, and
Yeah.
it's gross to me, and it's creepy. And we have like small ass space, so it's like I don't want a bunch of people just standing on the dance floor,
Right, yeah.
like it's Tinder.
It's
Like
premium.
fuck you, dude. Go
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Tinder. Get
Yeah.
the fuck out of here.
Right.
I don't know. That's how I always thought.
yeah.
No, totally. It's too much fun to just sit around and not do anything. And
Yeah.
it is a small space, so that makes sense. You just want to like.
And it's
you know,
like we
filter
run
that
out of oxygen at a certain point. So like if it's like like 12:30 on a Saturday, there's not a lot of room left, and I don't want some asshole like standing there being like, oh,
taking up the air.
Which girl is the hottest? I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Because that's my main thing is like I want people to. When we say we're a dance club, I like actually want people to dance. I'm not sitting here being like playing 18 Bad Bunny songs in a row because it's whatever's popular. It's like I don't give a fuck. What's popular, really. I play all this. I try to like accommodate like the kids and all this, and I do make all these mashups and remixes so I can still play like songs I wouldn't normally play if I was just doing everything. But it's like you want everybody to be happy.
Yeah.
That's your only job, really.
Yeah.
Do you feel like when you're DJing, are you kind of playing the audience because you're playing something very like unique, right? Like not just like what everybody's not Mr. Brightside.
DJing is all psychological.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so hard to get DJs here because DJing is also like ego driven. Like most people who are DJs are like, no, I know the best. I have the best taste. Blah blah blah. And I'm sitting here and I'm just like, you could be the best, but it's also like you don't matter as much as people. Like the people there, and you can still have your perspective on stuff without like I don't know, like giving out of your what you actually believe. Like I'm never gonna play like stuff I don't personally fuck with. Like that is 100%. Like I'll never. Somebody be like, "I'll give you $100 to play this." I'm like, I'm not playing that at any point in my life.
Yeah.
And also, you're kicked out. That's what I'll say.
So, just to kind of take a couple steps back, how long have you been in Austin?
Oh, 22 years.
Okay.
A long ass time.
So you grew up in Las Vegas, and then
horrible place. Never go to Las Vegas.
Okay.
The worst place in the world.
Wow.
He says that about every place.
Well, yeah, but also Las Vegas specific. I have knowledge. Las Vegas sucks.
Yeah.
So you were here, but while it was what it was.
Oh no,
I
remember old. This is when people come in. They'll be like, "Oh, this is like old Austin." It's like, yeah, it's on purpose. Like I hate New Austin. New Austin sucks. It's like everywhere you go, there's like
everything's the same.
Yeah, everything's just people copying each other.
Yeah, it's boring.
Yeah.
Old Austin was amazing.
Yeah, I came here in like 2000. I like to say I saw like the ass end of what it used to be, right? Yeah. Because it basically blew up like pretty soon, around that time, I guess. Yeah. I mean, that is one of the things I'm interested in looking at is just like the difference between New Austin and Old Austin. Like y'all do have that kind of Old Austin vibe here, and I feel like some of the most fun stuff here is made by people who have been here for a while. Like interviewed people at Cavalier. They've been working at Shangri-La and other places in town for like decades, etc. So that being said, so what were you doing before this?
I was a photographer.
Okay.
And I guess I did lots of stuff. It's like I grew up poor, so I had to be a hustler. I didn't have parents to buy stuff for me, so it's like I always, I don't know, just did what I want.
Yeah. What kind of photographer were you?
I mean, I worked for Rolling Stone.
Cool.
I've been in Vogue. I've been in like pretty much every publication, and it's like easy. Being a photographer is the easiest job you can possibly have because they'll just fly you somewhere. You get paid like thousands of dollars for 4 hours of work. You don't have to do anything. And then I did this. And I was like, dude, this sucks. Shit. I have to be here all the time. They broke our toilet again. I have to like.
Wow.
It's like everything you have to do. It just feels more like a job. Whereas like before, I just be like, all right, I'm gonna work for 2 weeks and then not do anything for a month.
Yeah.
Just party. And I was like, this is incredible.
Do you? So how do you actually go about starting a place like this? Like you had just an idea one day that you were going to,
well, I had an idea for like years and years.
Okay.
And I'd saved up money specifically to do it, and it was like my friend Matey, who owned the place. It was called Dozen Street before.
Dozen Street?
Yeah, she was trying to sell the bar. Nobody would buy the bar because all the bar owner people would come in here. This building is like 80 years old. Like, it was falling apart. And so, like, all the people were like, there's no money to be made here. It's small as shit. And everybody told me I was stupid as shit.
Yeah.
So just like, we still don't have foot traffic. Like, we're a destination bar. Like, we have nothing helping us bring in people, which is the most frustrating part. Because, like, if we were on East 6th Street, I'll fucking destroy these bars. Like, fuck all these bars.
Yeah.
Like, every East 6th Street bar thinks they're successful. And it's like, there's fucking 8 million people walking down the street at any given time.
Yeah.
Like, nothing you're doing is good. Like, you just think you started at the top of the mountain, you think you climbed it. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
And that's how I'm very antagonistic, because I feel like no, like, all the other bars and industry things are like, a lot of them are like actively against us. And I'm like sitting here, I'm just like, dude, we have nothing.
Yeah.
Like, we are 100% like flying by the seat of our pants at all times.
Why would they be rooting against you?
Because we take customers from them.
It's
Because all they give a shit about is money. It's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't, just like, I don't know.
It's really true. He doesn't care about money. If it's not busy, it hits him hard, not because we're not making money. It's because he wants to make people happy.
Yeah.
It's just not fun.
Yeah. It's like, if you DJ and you want to, like, take the crowd places, like, that's what gives you, like, and that's why I say there's like so many shitty ass DJs in town. It's just like, yes, listen to my music. We're just like, I'll spend hours and hours, like, making, like, playlists and stuff, but it always changes, because you can't ever be like, well, this is what I'm gonna do tonight. It's just like, you let it ride, and it's like, I don't know. It's more satisfying that way too, because it feels organic.
Do you take requests at all?
Yeah, I take requests all the time.
Yeah.
That's 90% why I do so many mashups, because it's like, I could play a song that somebody will be like, play fucking Akon, and I was like, I can't play fucking Akon at a disco club, but then I was like, well, I can mix Akon into something else, and then I can play Akon for you.
Yeah.
What would you mix Akon into?
I mean, there's just like, the way I do stuff is I'll get like a super dope, like, 70s instrumental of, like, a disco song.
Yeah.
And then I chop up the acapella of whatever song, and then you put it in there, and there's lots of ways, but it's like, essentially, it's just like, it's like film editing or something. You're chopping each part so that it matches, so it flows
feels
right.
Natural.
Yeah.
How long have you been DJing?
I don't know, a long time. 15 years.
Okay. You started doing that in Austin?
No, I didn't do it in Austin. I DJ'd in Las Vegas, and then I didn't DJ for like a million years. So I didn't have to. It was like, I DJ for fun here, but I don't really care about I'm not like trying to be a DJ.
Yeah.
Like, DJ by necessity, because it's just like, Austin is just sucks for DJs. It's just, everybody's just trying to do the exact same thing, and nobody has a voice. And it's like, I'm not hating on all DJs. Like, I have DJs who will play here who I like. I fuck with them. They actually have talent and skill. But it's like, you go out to Superstition at any point, and there's like the most useless. I've never seen such useless DJs. And that space is like huge. And I was like, dude, I could demolish every person in here.
Yeah.
I see 8,000 people just standing around. I was like, that should make you mad as a DJ.
Sad.
Like, that's fucking, like, what are you doing?
Right.
Well, the last time we went to Superstition, you remember, I mean, there were probably how many people there at the bottom floor? And it was like no one was dancing. It didn't look like anybody was enjoying themselves, and it was just basic as fuck.
Yeah.
I haven't been there myself, so I can't really speak to that. But it does seem like, I don't know, like, bottle service is a big thing there, right? Like,
yeah, it's all about, look how hot these women are, come here. And then it brings this certain kind of men, at least that's how I felt the one time I went there, and I was like, I'm never coming here again.
Because that's not an Austin vibe.
Well, that's the new Austin vibe. It's a bunch of, like, tech bros flaunting their money, but they have no, like, personality. And I'm just like, Yeah, I'm sure you can get some girl on Rainy Street to fuck you because you make $800 million, but it's also like, you're a loser, dude. Yeah. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what's annoying. That's what's good here with the way we do stuff is like, you can't buy your way in. It's like, if you're a douche, like, people will have a line sometimes and people will try to bribe my wife Caitlin at the door.
I've seen it.
And she'll literally be like, "Nah, I ain't taking shit.
Yeah,
like, you can't buy your way in here. Like, fuck you. This is the only place your money is useless."
Yeah.
And it makes me very happy. So I was like, dude, fuck all these people.
Yeah. So, so I guess one of the things that makes your space unique is that it has your fingerprints all over it. So what is your background in art?
My mom's an art teacher. She was an art teacher for like 30 years. So I think inherently I probably learned stuff from her. But it's like, I just like paint. I was like poor and I just wanted stuff in my house, but I couldn't buy anything. So I was like, I'm going to learn to paint. And I learned to paint.
That's cool.
To paint. And so then I don't know, started making money from it, and I was like, this is pretty cool, because it's like you don't have to worry about like a boss or somebody telling you what not to do.
And you're just selling pieces? You were selling like things that you'd painted?
It was just off of Instagram.
Yeah.
And I sell stuff. I've sell stuff to people for like $20 because I was what I wanted, whereas like I just want cheap art.
Right.
That's not like goofy trash.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's fun to me to know there's like people like literally all over the world. Like so I sold a piece to this dude who lived on in Antarctica on like a research station. So I was like, I've literally sold art to seven continents, and I was like, that's pretty cool.
Some guy working at the base from the Thing.
Yeah.
What was the thing in the museum?
There's like some like person that followed me on Instagram sent me that. So I make records. I made like video. I wanted the same thing with everything else.
Vinyl records.
Yeah. So I always wanted there to be like video game soundtrack. I love video games. I grew up with video games. It's like one of my passions, I guess. Really? But no, I like made my own like video game records.
That's awesome.
And then essentially started an industry that way of everybody just copied me, and now there's just like video game records in every record store, and I was like, I did that.
I know the Alamo Drafthouse puts out a lot of those, like the Castlevania.
No, I remember when they were first going to do it, they came to me.
No kidding.
And it was like
Mondo?
Yeah. No, I know all the Mondo dudes. They're very nice.
No kidding.
But it's like it was cool because it was literally I literally hand silk screened every cover for my first record.
Yeah.
I still put all the shipping and the sleeves. I do everything by hand.
That's awesome.
It's like that's what you gotta do. But I had made a bunch of records, and I did like these test pressings for this Pokemon record I made, and I did the Banksy throwing a Pokeball, like the famous Banksy like flower guy.
Okay.
And I just put a Pokeball in there, and I made an actual stencil, and I stenciled it on every record cover with spray paint, and just. I can't remember if I even sold them to people or I just gave them to people. But it's like I made a bunch of them, and people that bought my records got some. And then people started selling them as actual Banksies. So like somebody sold one on eBay for like $6,000, and then they just kept selling for like thousands and thousands of dollars. Like, what the fuck?
That's nuts.
And then somebody on Instagram like notified me. It was like, did you know you're in like some famous Italian museum? And they literally had that record with a glass case specifically made for it with like a plaque and everything, and nobody told me, and I was like, that's fucking great. And it's the same museum as like it was in the exact same exhibition as like it was downwind of like Andy Warhol painting and like Amano, who's like one of my favorite Japanese artists. It was like I was like, this is crazy. It's crazy for me.
That's amazing.
That is crazy. You could have made so much money.
And it was just like, who cares?
But still, that's
yours.
You know?
So does this place feel kind of like a culmination of all those little things that you had been doing before?
Yeah, 100%. It's essentially like the world's stupidest art project. There's like how can I stress myself out at all points? But like everything, I literally say, like, when I say I like built the club, it's like I built the club. Like I did all the construction. I painted everything, every painting here. I did. Like, it's like, I don't think a lot of people could say that when they start.
He individually put all of these little.
Yeah, me and my wife did.
In the front.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it took like a month and a half.
Tile.
We did every single tile on the front of the building.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Jesus. Are you conscious of yourself as an East Austin bar, and do you try to reflect or kind of contribute to a vibe here, or do you think it would be the same regardless of wherever you opened?
I think now it's like I'm antagonistic, where I'm just like, no, I'm like the Taliban out there. I'm just like, dude, I'm gonna be a terrorist. Like, fuck New Austin. I specifically don't give a shit. I was like, I'll burn this thing to the ground before I like
sell out.
Yeah, so it was like, I don't care, because Austin's done for. Like, there's no saving Austin unless there's like some fucking nuclear war that destroys all the politicians. But I at this point, it's like the only thing gets me through the day is like when people come in and actually like tell me like what they get. It was like I worked a wedding for a couple that had like met here. Yeah. And it's like,
no kidding.
It's cool to know.
Did you DJ for them?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But it's like it's a cool thing to have happen, because it's like all these people who have like met boyfriends and girlfriends and wives and had kids because of something you made. That gives you something you can't buy. You can't buy that.
Right. I had a couple come in here the other day, and they were like, "We met here. This was our first date, and this is our 1-year anniversary, and we wanted to come back and celebrate."
Yeah. I love that. Cool.
Yeah.
No, I had some British DJ come in like one day, and he was visiting for one day. And he DJ'd here, and he did very good. He's an excellent. This is the thing, is we're very like European centric. So if I could get just like all the Euro DJs understand what DJing is. American DJs are a bunch of like ugly dudes that can't get laid, and they're like, how can I get laid? That's 90% of fucking American DJs. But European DJs are actually about the music. But that's a tangent. It was like, so like this guy came in, he partied the whole night after he played, and then he met his girlfriend, and like literally his girlfriend flew to there. I think they're still dating, but I was like, that's crazy. They like, cool. I got international fucking Tinder over here.
You're making life happen through the club. Yeah. That must feel surreal.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It sucks for my life because I don't get to do anything, and I'm just like sad all the time. Our whole crew, we try to keep a stiff upper lip, but it's hard sometimes.
It is hard.
Yeah.
Doing it for a long time.
Just because of the grind?
No, it's because of the grind. It's because of like
the people.
The shitty,
most
like
of them are great, but
the shitty sports people, New Austin people who are just like, just talk to the crew, just like they're like the help. And I hate that shit. I hate like
especially
entitlement.
Us women. The male bartenders don't really get that, but us women definitely.
Really?
Yeah, and luckily Sean is a great boss where I can talk shit to somebody and tell them to fuck off.
Yeah.
And I've never had that anywhere I've worked. And so it's great to be able to, as women, just be able to stand up for ourselves, or even just any of the bartenders, and be like, you're being a fucking asshole. Fuck you.
Yeah.
We don't need your money. We don't want your money. Go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a great feeling. But most of the people come here are great. We have so many regulars. They're wonderful. And they love Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have mentioned this at the top. You're a bar manager here. You were the bar manager here.
No, not the original.
Okay.
But I am now.
Yeah. And of course, Sean, you created this place. So, real quick question. What's your favorite Metal Gear Solid game?
The first one.
The first one?
Yeah.
Nice. What about N64 game?
I don't know. Probably Mario Kart 64. I don't know. I just like, I don't have, I'm not really one of those people that has like favorite things. I change all the time. Like, I don't have like one favorite movie.
Yeah.
Like Conjuring. I don't have like a favorite band. I just like change it all the time.
Did you say Conjuring?
a cadre.
Oh, okay.
Is that the word? Of a conjuring of.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't ask me.
All right, fair enough. So actually, I was going to ask you about that Waterworld soundtrack because I saw that on Instagram. But that's another one of the records.
Yeah. So like, out. I haven't been able to make records since I opened the bar because there's just like literally no time to do anything.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, I gotta put out more records. So yeah, I have that and 2 other records. I have a band that played here last South by from France. There's like super cool like goth like synth band.
Cool.
I'm putting out their record specifically because they played here, and I was like, y'all have no record? That's crazy to me. And I was like, let me put out your record. And I was like, put out. That's just cool. Coming out this month.
Yeah. What do they call?
Marie Madeline.
Marie Madeline.
Yeah, they have like a Spotify song with like 70 million plays.
What?
And like no record deal or anything.
Kidding.
Yeah, and I was like, they probably have like some. I don't know the actual things, but it's like crazy they didn't have like an album. And I was like. And they're so sick. They're a band I already liked, and they messaged me randomly and was like, "Hey, our friends said that you have a cool bar. Can we play a show there?" And I was like, "Yeah, actually, absolutely."
So, were you ever, I guess, a regular at any other Austin clubs? Do you ever go to any Austin clubs?
Yeah, I went to a bunch of places yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always gone.
Are you a regular of places back in the day, or?
I mean, it depends where I lived at the point. I've moved like I've probably lived in like 15 different houses, but when I've lived here, so it's like whatever neighborhood I'm in, that's where I go. I don't know. I can't remember anything I'm like diehard for.
Yeah, not anymore at least.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, fair enough.
Dozen Street used to be fun back in the day because it was this.
No, like old 12th Street with like 13th floor. I'd come there all the time because it was like neighborhood bars, fun stuff.
I know it was crusty and dirty.
Yeah, and it wasn't. And they weren't charging you $8 for a Lone Star.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So like you said, not everybody who shows up is who you want in the club. And I'm wondering what your strategy is, other than like kicking out the riffraff, for kind of building a community.
I mean, just doing what we do.
Yeah.
I don't.
Just being a center of gravity.
Yeah, I'm not like a sociopath thinking like 4 steps ahead for stuff. I'm like very like in the moment. This is what I'm doing. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how I do That's how I've done everything my whole life, pretty much.
Not trying to be a cult leader.
No, I don't really care what the thing everybody else wants. I was like, I like what I like, and if you like it, cool, and if you don't, cool, go do something else. I don't care.
Yeah, fair enough. So this is a little bit of a leading question, but I did want to talk about this a little bit, which is does the city of Austin do enough to keep Austin weird?
Hell no. City of Austin are gangsters. They're like legitimately like Sopranos level gangsters, just trying to like. It's specifically like, I think they're out to get rid of all the small business because they make it so much harder for small business. Because all the giant corporation places, they can bypass everything. They bypass like. Getting their TABC licenses and all this stuff. It's like it's bullshit. It's like it's not fair. It's like we play by all the rules. I do everything exactly how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then you hear like a club that has 3 times as much as your capacity pays like a third of your insurance, like a third less in insurance. And I was like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
This is not fair.
Right. And so it just comes down to what, like just grease palms?
Yeah, it's 100%. Yeah. It's all just old, good old boys.
Right.
And it's all these rich people are all friends with all those people. I'm just like, I'm not fucking hanging out at the mayor's party. Like, fuck that.
Is that something that like you could see? Like, I don't know. Is that a route that you could potentially take? Like, schmoozing with whoever you have to.
I'm not good at schmoozing.
No, absolutely.
I'm not good at pretending that I like somebody. I was like,
He'd rather jump in front of a train than do anything.
I'm very like by the books. Like if I don't like you, I'll tell it. I'll say it to your face. I'm just like I don't care.
Or he'll just like walk away mid conversation.
Yeah. Have you been invited to schmooze?
No. Nobody's inviting us nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I couldn't go schmooze anyway because I have to be here. I can't go anywhere.
Right.
I have no time to. All these fucking. That's what thing is annoying is everybody's like, "Oh, must be so good to be a bar owner." So yeah, if I was a fucking like rich trust fund bar owner, I didn't have to do anything. You just see them sitting at the bar, talking to girls, and I'm just, dude, fuck those people.
Yeah.
And that's all these bars are owned by like the same fucking people. Like every bar owner owns like 17 different bars. They don't do anything. They just micromanage all their staff. And just look at the security cameras. Then that's their idea of being a boss. And I was like, dude, fuck those people.
Yeah. All right, we have just a couple more questions, and then we'll move on to our second segment. Okay. This is maybe a little bit of a philosophical question, and I just want to try it. So, when you're in this space on like Friday, Saturday night, you're dancing, you're probably a few drinks in, maybe you're on drugs, maybe you're not, maybe you end up kissing somebody, maybe you don't. What does that moment kind of mean to you? Is that communion of a kind, or is that just oblivion?
I don't know how to answer that.
Are we the people making out and doing drugs?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be that person. I have wild social anxiety. I don't.
Same.
Yeah, I'm not the person.
Because it's something that you're fostering the potential for here, right? Like however that night goes.
I just want people to have like a positive experience because everything else in the world sucks forever. I've talked to people all the time. Like so many people are sad and depressed and they can barely pay their rent and nobody talks about it. Everybody's just like sitting there on the Instagram and be like, look at me at this part. And it's like, dude, fuck all that, dude. Like say you're sad, say you're poor. Like is everybody's trying to be something they're not. And I was like, no, fight against those people.
Yeah.
I hate a Kim Kardashian fake ass bitch. I don't care.
But you like Paris Hilton?
No, not really. She's cooler now than she used to be.
She's cool because she's so weird.
Yeah, she could stop giving a shit, and that made her a lot cooler. Yeah.
Well, she was like, wasn't she also kind of? I mean, she's pretty smart, right? Like a lot of what she was doing was like an act.
I don't know. That's what people
you don't
say.
Think so?
I don't think that she was intentional.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I secretly watched her show because she just had a baby, and she's kind of strange.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, she's not like every other
her,
Hollywood
her
robot.
Her baby has the giant forehead, looks crazy. He's like Megamind.
Yeah, hopefully he grows into that.
I mean, probably. Usually the people that are ugly babies are pretty hot.
Yeah, that's true.
I found.
I mean, she has like kind of like a messed up background too, right? You're looking at that. Like she was sent to one of these like kind of boarding schools where they're just
that's like rich trust fund kids. That's all those ultra rich kids are all scumbags. Like when I was a kid, that's where we used to buy like drugs. Is go to like the private school kids. They'd have all the drugs and like their parents didn't give a shit what they did, and they're the most psychopathic ones. I went to like a shitty ass like garbage school, and I was like, dude, these kids are psychos.
Public school in Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No, I have like friends in jail for like double murder. Like I went to a hard ass school, but it's also like the private school kids are scarier because they're kind of like there's nothing going on. Yeah, like they don't have a moral center.
Right, completely unmoored.
They're just like, I don't care. I'll stab that homeless guy to death. And I was like, dude, I don't want to like antagonize those people because they will actually do something bad and feel nothing
stopping
about
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary. That's frightening. Okay, this is the last question of this segment, and then we can move on to the next one. What has been the hardest day on the job so far?
Every day? I don't know. What do you think?
Every day. The first 2 years were great, and then I was like, oh, it's a lot. It's emotionally, mentally draining coming in here every day and having to put on a face for people and have them have a good time, but also not lose your shit.
Yeah, sure.
So I think we're probably majority like more introverted people.
Yeah.
So it's like
it's a lot of energy putting out, and when I go home, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to see anybody. I just need to decompress for a couple days, and that sucks.
Yeah, and people all the time will be like, "You don't look like you're having a fun time DJing," because I like, sit down and I'm like, just like, it's just a fucking job to me. Like I am
every single weekend for
and if I fuck up, it's like I fuck up all their money.
Yeah,
like,
right.
And it's like I have all these people like depend on me, so I'm like serious about it. I'm not sitting here like Steve Aoki, just like everybody. I was like, I don't care. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
But it's like also like it's sad sometimes. It's just like, why would you say that to somebody? It's like you look sad. It's like I am sad, motherfucker. Fuck you. Get out of my face.
Let me be sad.
Yeah.
Do you think you can keep it up?
I don't know.
Maybe another year.
Yeah. Who knows?
Okay. Hey,
it'd be a lot easier if I. So the problem is, it's like I have it's my thing. So it's like you have some semblance. You have to drive the ship.
Yeah.
You can't. I can't like. It's not like it's not like just like a coffee shop bar. I can just be like, all right, it'll run itself.
Yeah.
It's not gonna. It's like what people are coming for specifically. Want like the thing I'm trying to do. So
you're a central pillar here.
Yeah. If I have give it off to somebody else, it's going to be something completely different, and then it's probably just be like every other shitty ass club.
Yeah, consistency.
Yeah,
that makes sense. All right, salute.
Cheers.
Cheers. I like this one. Thanks.
Okay, I like this one.
It's a little chunky.
All right, so this is the questions out of a hat segment. These are random questions, and they don't really have anything to do with what we were just talking about, or some of them maybe more than the others. So we'll see where this goes. Do you like Steely Dan?
I love Steely Dan.
Yeah. Who doesn't like Steely Dan?
I feel the same way.
Psychopath.
What's
Psychopath doesn't like Steely Dan.
Yeah, I agree.
Or they have horrible taste in music.
Have you ever worked Steely Dan into a...
I've played them literally last week.
Really?
Yeah.
What's like the go-to for Steely Dan on the dance floor?
It depends. I mean...
Peg?
Yeah, Peg's a good one. Well, you can't play like the straight song because it's not like...
Yeah, right.
You have like remixes of them, but...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Perfect. What is the biggest animal you think you could take in hand-to-hand combat?
A raccoon.
That's a really
Raccoons
good one.
are scrappy.
I'm going to say a squirrel. If he's mean and he wants his nuts, he might come after me.
These are conservative answers, but I think that's very smart. You're calibrated well
he's
against
tiny,
your animal
he moves
opponents.
fast.
I'm old. I can't take much nothing.
Were we collectively, as a society, unfair to Creed?
No.
Should be meaner I had a friend who went to the concert one time. She was like, I am not about Creed at all, but he put it on the show. But I can't attest to that. But I'm not about Creed.
I don't hate Creed, but it's also like Creed sucks.
It's silly.
Creed's goofy.
It's pretty silly. Yeah.
I did get kicked out of Egos once for singing a Creed song because apparently the KJ guy was like huge Creed fan, and I do like when I do karaoke, I like doing like karaoke party trick things. So I did this Creed song, and I just did it without words. I just like, just not saying words. And he he like turned off the music. He was like, you better start singing the lyrics. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, Humber Day. And then he like kicked me out of the bar. I was like, that's pretty cool.
What?
I got kicked out for singing the song.
Well, that guy sucks.
Well, yeah, for
That's
sure
stupid.
he sucks.
That's hilarious. That's the right way to sing a Creed song.
It sounds just like it, yeah.
I don't know how else you'd sing a Creed song.
Yeah.
What's your favorite dive bar?
In Austin or in general?
Let's say in Austin.
Ooh, I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, I don't
have an answer for that. I mean, honestly, like I'm always here every weekend, so I don't get to go out.
Yeah.
And then I have my son during the week, so I'm a busy gal. But
I don't even know what counts as a dive bar anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I'm kind of questioning that.
Is that GNS Saloon still around?
Oh, is it?
That's a good one because they're like, this is actually, at least I haven't been there in fucking 8 years, but it used to be like pretty sketch, and I do like that.
Warren got kicked out of there like 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll go with that then. So there's no kicking people out.
All right.
Yeah, I don't have an answer.
What is Austin missing?
Real people.
Yeah, fucking musicians, artists.
Yeah. It's all gone.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody really thinks that we could call ourselves the live music capital of the world anymore. I was thinking about this the other day. Like when I first moved here, it was still like people saying live music capital of the world, keep Austin weird. Both of those things are pretty much just gone.
Yeah. No, all the music, ACL, South by, it's a joke.
Yeah.
You buy a ticket and you stand in line for hours. You don't even get to see them play. Like, remember Fun Fest? That was amazing.
Fun Fest was the best festival.
It was awesome.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
But it also wasn't like lowest common denominator, like who were the popular people. It would be like, here's a whole stage of hardcore and grindcore, and then here's a stage of just like pop music.
Yeah,
and I was like, that's what a festival's supposed to be.
Yeah, now it's all
taco cannons,
pop shit.
Yeah.
No, Resound's still putting on good shows though.
Who is?
Resound. They're one of the guys who was working at Fun.
Oh, didn't they? They were called something else too.
I think they had the sound on sound, or I don't remember what happened.
Huh. When does that happen?
Well, they're a promoter, so they just put up shows all over the time. People are always bothering them, like, are you going to do Fun again?
Yeah.
Bottles or cans?
Cans.
I'll take a bottle if it's an option.
You mean here or just in general?
No, we can't have bottles here because it's like a toddler daycare. They'll just smash glass everywhere.
I think it can.
Yeah. I like a bottle. I like a Dublin Dr. Pepper.
Can you still get those? I don't think you can get those anymore, right?
I don't know. I can't afford them. They're expensive.
Dublin Dr.
But if somebody has
you have to buy it from like a vault at this point, I think.
Or go to Dublin. Texas,
if you're stoned in HEB, what do you grab?
I don't smoke weed. I hate weed.
If I did, I'd probably grab the hot Cheetos. Was it the habanero Cheetos? They're Cheeto Puffs.
Yeah,
those are good.
Those are good.
Yeah, and maybe some
I get the chili lemon. They're like the fake Takis, but are made by Doritos. I don't know what they're called.
You get the knockoff Takis?
No, they're like. There's like the opposite. It's like
you think they're better?
They're so much better than Takis.
Whoa!
They're delicious.
I don't know, man. I think that's
Diamanitas.
crazy.
I want to say they're called.
Dinamitas or something like that.
I don't fucking remember. Those are delicious though.
Does the dating scene in Austin suck?
I don't date. I am married.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
It's a bunch of fuckboys. Yeah, it's just really hard.
I think it's always sucked though.
I think so.
I used to be a fuckboy.
Yeah.
And I tell you, Austin is like Peter Pan
There's
town.
Just so
you don't have to grow up.
That's what they say, Peter Pan.
There's also so many beautiful women here, and the ratio of beautiful men or women to men is just it's crazy.
There's a lot of ugly dudes in Austin.
Yes, I would say so.
Wow.
But I'm a picky person, so maybe that's what it is. But I could probably pick out like 10 people. I'm like, yeah, I'd want to fuck them, but the rest, I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
I do feel like Austin has a lot more attractive people than most cities because I used to travel.
That is true.
I used to travel all the time, and you go like work a festival in fucking Ohio, and you're like, damn, Ohio.
Even Colorado.
Ugly as shit.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's so
like
beautiful.
A Colorado 10 is like an Austin 4.
Yeah, it's true.
And New York gets all this like hype all the time.
New York has some pretty people.
No, New York has the models that are there, and then everybody else is some fucking like Midwest asshole from fucking like some no-name town. They're ugly as shit, and they're like, oh, I work at the art studio. And it's like, you're still ugly and you suck. Like, you're fucking pretentious. Fuck you. I also hate New York. Fuck
ugly
New
and
York.
pretentious is a bad combination for sure. We are blessed with a lot of beautiful people in Austin.
We are. You definitely realize that when you travel, for sure. Yeah.
What do we got?
What was that question you put aside?
It was more for like people who work at restaurants. It was what the fuck is umami?
Oh, okay.
Do you know what umami is?
I don't know what that is. It's some fish type thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's my understanding as well. People have told me it's a flavor profile, and I'm like, what does it taste like? And they're like mushrooms, or like miso, but that doesn't register as like a thing. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Are you watching any good TV lately?
I've been watching True Detective, Vanderpump Rules.
Nice.
Embarrassing. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the new show.
Is that good?
Oh yeah,
we watched
the first 2 episodes of that. It was all right.
Yeah.
I love Atlanta.
Atlanta's great.
That's like the best show, and everybody sleeps on it.
Did you see the new Curb?
Yeah, it's always the same.
It's never changed.
Classic Curb. It makes me laugh every time. Yeah.
I'm glad it's back.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a big Curb fan. Pick 3 spots for your ideal Friday night.
My couch. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Maybe somewhere where I'm out of the city.
Yeah, so, like a pool party, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
I don't know.
And then with the people I work with, I really love them. I love hanging out with them. They're my best friends. So, yeah.
It's perfect.
Are you not gonna mention me?
What?
I'm just kidding.
Okay, guys.
Is there a single good doctor in town?
I don't go to I have no insurance.
We have no insurance. We don't go to the doctor.
I have not been to the doctor in 10 years.
I started buying my medicine online. Crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like a new thing where I can get antibiotics online. It's perfect. I skip the interaction with humans. I can do it from my couch, and I love it. But yeah.
Like, do you have to talk to an e-doctor or something?
Sometimes you have to answer like a questionnaire, and then hope for the best, and sign off that this is what's happening, and you don't have allergic reaction.
That's what medicine in America is, though. Like they have finally cut out the doctor for the most part. Like it's like the drug companies do just want to like let you buy it directly.
Yeah.
No, of course, because it's all fucking corrupt.
Money and time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That insulin. Somebody posted an article where it was like, it cost them like $2.13 to make like insulin shots, like their cost of goods.
Yeah.
And they charge like $1,000, and it's like
that is the
these
most
people.
Cruel.
I'm very.
Up,
for the record, I'm very about the fucking overtaking of America. I hate America. We need Revolutionary War 2. I want like guillotines on the fucking steps of the White House. Like I hate fuck Republicans, fuck Democrats, fuck everything. Just restart everything.
What's the most disgusting drink that's still good?
Probably like Jaeger and Fireball.
I don't know.
Hate those.
I feel like it's classic.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's still good.
Rumplemilts.
Rumplemilts for sure is a good candidate.
None of those.
Yeah. What's your go-to cocktail?
Espresso martini,
really
like
care.
a white girl.
Yeah. Oh,
I
you
don't
mean for myself? Or
yeah.
To me? Yeah, I guess for myself. I love whiskey in the winter and then tequila in the summer.
Yeah, I don't really care about drinking.
Solid.
The longer,
really doesn't care about
the
drinking.
longer we've worked here, it was like I don't care.
I'm
I have to
drinking,
drink when I'm DJing, or else I get like panic attacks because I
Yeah.
have anxiety. So I have to like medicate myself. Otherwise, I would never drink. I don't care.
What's your poison in that situation?
Espresso martini.
Espresso martini.
Sometimes some cranberry vodka. I have the
taste
taste of like a 19-year-old girl.
Perfect. Is pickleball lame?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck pickleball. Play tennis, pussy.
I'm playing tennis now. I'm happy about it.
You also think pickleball is lame?
Yeah, it's silly.
Nice. Y'all are, I think, our first hard
tennis.
yeses on that question.
Yeah.
I hate fucking normie white people shit, and it's like
Doesn't
that
Teddy
could not.
play pickleball?
Yeah, of course.
What's your death row meal? You can make it big, anything you want, as much as you want, but you have to be specific.
Human meat.
Human meat. You want to eat a person before you go out.
Yeah, I'm on death row. Who cares?
Try it one last time.
Yeah.
I mean, for
Long
the first
pork.
time.
Yeah.
No, if I'm down death row, it's definitely for eating people. There's no question.
Probably a good steak and some pizza.
All right. We have a normal answer.
Yeah.
What's your breakfast taco of choice?
Probably pastor.
I don't really like breakfast. I don't fuck with breakfast. It doesn't hit the spot.
Sorry, eggs, bacon, cheese.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would
basic,
get, but it's like who gives a shit about a breakfast taco?
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't do it for me.
All right, fair enough. We're almost to the end here. How much should I drink?
Huh? I don't know. Am I your doctor?
Yeah,
I don't
just
know.
in general. Is there? You said you're not really drinking. Well, you
I
drink
don't care about drinking
at night. Yeah.
You drink until you feel. I don't know. Feel the nice buzz.
Yeah.
Before you get wasted. When you get wasted, and then it's gone.
And you're annoying and embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a fair answer. That's a solid answer. What is your hangover cure?
Milk thistle.
Water.
Milk thistle.
Yeah, milk thistle. So I had a girlfriend. I traveled Chelsea. We went to New Orleans when we were in our 20s and crazy couple days, but she handed me some milk thistle and
what is that?
It's a liver support. But
it's
yeah,
like
you'll
take it like a pill?
Yeah, it's milk.
What are the Party Smart pills? Those actually work.
Do they?
Yeah, they fucking are crazy.
What is it? Just like electrolytes?
No, we sell them here. Hold on.
They're right up there, the box. Yeah, I would say milk thistle and then electrolytes.
Yeah, we sell them
before you go to bed.
Individual pills, we put them in little
see
Coke
this?
bags. But if you take one before your night of drinking, it's like night and day difference.
It
No
has
kidding.
to have electrolytes or something.
Yeah, I have no idea what's in them. But
All right, this is the last question, y'all. What do you think is necessary for romantic love?
not being an asshole.
That's a good one.
Not being an asshole is pretty good, yeah.
Maybe great communication.
Yeah, empathy and
Some
patience.
therapy. Do
Yeah.
a lot of therapy on yourself. Work on yourself. Don't think you're perfect.
Yeah, I would say that also.
I feel like that's a solid answer. Was there anything else that y'all wanted to talk about? While we have you on camera and on microphone?
Are y'all going to come party here tonight?
Tonight I have a thing with some friends, but I might come here tonight.
Is it pickleball?
No, it's poker. I'm going to go play poker with some of my friends.
Cool. That sounds like a lot of fun.
I haven't played poker in years.
I love poker. I would have poker here, except the TVC would probably get us.
Yeah. I need to come back here anyway because I need to get like coverage for like the intro and stuff. So if you see me in here with like a gimbal on my phone, please don't kick me out.
Okay.
I don't give a shit. I wish people would take more pictures because
we don't advertise, so we need.
Yeah, it's really hard to take pictures and DJ at the same time.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right. Well, thank you very much, Sean, and thank you, Rio. I really appreciate y'all agreeing to do this. Yeah. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
this has been Bon Tom Club at Outer Heaven. Thank y'all.
Thanks for watching or listening to this episode of Bon Tom Club. I hope you enjoyed it. You can expect more of these every other Sunday. If you did like it, please like this video and subscribe on YouTube. You can also follow us on social media. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Bon Tom Club. That's BONTEMPS Club. Thank you.